We'll continue where we left off in the last Zoom retreat about Dhammanusati, recollection of the Dhamma. So we do it as first like a Dhamma talk, and after that we go into meditation. Well, tonight I will give the talk based on the Anattalakkhana Sutta, the characteristic of non-self. In this discourse, giving one of the earliest of the discourses to the five ascetics upon which they attain arahatship. In brief, is talking about the five aggregates and the three universal characteristics. But the gist of it is about anatta, no-self. The teachings of anatta is very Buddhist, because whereas others teachings they talk about the self, big self, small self, Buddhists talk about no-self. And so this teaching of non-self anatta is often very misunderstood. So the question is, what is self? Usually when they say self, it refers to something which is everlasting and which is also the person. You say about this fellow, this person is no self, they can accept that this individual is impermanent and so on, but they still insist that there's something permanent within the person. So if you say that there is this bigger and greater self that's permanent, which is part of the individual, well, we do not really try to contradict you, but we can ask, do you really know? Do you have actually experienced this great and everlasting self? And the second question that follows was, are you suffering? The people who say they've experienced the higher realization, but they still come out with a lot of suffering. And so I tell them, in that case, your realization is quite useless. So the teaching of non-self is not to argue about who is realized and who has not realized, but rather is more of a practical matter. Because all this suffering comes to who? To you. And so we can ask then, who are you that is suffering? Because this suffering comes with the wrong view and identification process of the individual with the five aggregates, the mind and body processes. But the thing is, this craving and identification comes with craving and the defilements which are very inherent in the person's mind. Just denying it is not a way. It has to be done with knowledge, understanding, or rather experiential understanding, and so the mind really and deeply lets go. Let go of this craving. So it's a process of insight where one first produces mindfulness and then looks at the five aggregates which make up the person. And when he sees clearly that it's not his or not him, then naturally let go. This letting go of the wrong idea of a self comes in steps or stages. The first step is in the conventional level and with the conventional thinking. This comes about faith through learning and through right thoughts. And through this, be able to see non-self in the five aggregates at a conventional level. This comes about by putting aside the wrong ideas, wrong views, wrong clinging, wrong concepts about what is me, what is mine, and myself. Even by doing this, one will find great relief in trying not to be somebody which one is not. For example, when you talk of five aggregates in terms of the more conventional understanding, then the first rupa or form means the body. The second, feelings refers to one's emotions and sentiments. The third, perception refers to the knowing and the memory and the cognitive aspect. The fourth, mental formations refers to the thinking and all the other mental activities and states. The fifth, the consciousness, refers usually to the mind, and in the case of strong craving, refers to his own self or soul. So in this first conventional level, people think I am the body, or the body belongs to me. This body is me. This finger is me. Yeah? Arm is me. I'm in the finger. The second is feeling. I am the feeling. I'm feeling. I am here in my feeling. Perception. I remember, therefore I exist. So I remember this face. This face is me. Yeah? And fourth is I think, therefore I exist. And together with all the other mental states. And therefore the fifth, I know, therefore I exist. This is what you claim and what you say. But the body, the feelings, the perception, the mental states, and the consciousness doesn't listen to you. Huh? You say, I don't want to grow old. Why do you grow old? I don't want to forget, but I'm getting more and more forgetful. So when that happens and things don't go your way, so you can quite frustrated. What is happening? There must be something wrong somewhere. So in the first part, when you put aside all these wrong views and ideas of the self, at least you're spared of that. Now the problem is not in this conventional, the problem is deep inside. You have to open your heart and look inside. What's inside? The root of all sufferings. And so you have to look into the deeper natures of your five aggregates. So the five aggregates, rupa, refers to the processes of materialities, or elements and so on. In terms of Vedana, then of course it's all those feelings, bodily and mental feelings. In terms of perception, then those are the impressions of the past, the cognition and impressions of the past, present and future. In the case of the Sankaras, formations, it refers to all the mental volitions, how the mind thinks and creates and forms the different types of states and so on, all those mental things that Jiranela testa. Finally, the consciousness refers to the mind itself in all its types and all its levels, which people usually take as themselves, but it is always changing. So in the case of conventional non-self, we can understand it by conventional learning and thinking. But in terms of the deeper level, then it is the vipassana realization that comes from observation, deep observation into these inner processes. So the first part of non-self conventionally helps in removing wrong ideas and wrong attachment to this conventional self. The second part refers to understanding the deeper realities of what that usually people do not see but cling on to a self. And so non-self in a more positive definition refers to the reality that underlies all things. So it's interesting to note that even the more ultimate, the Nibbana, the unconditioned, is also clearly stated as non-self. So you can say Nibbana is not me, not mine, not myself, and it is a reality. And so there's this step-by-step practice which leads you from the gross form of renunciation, abandoning of defilements, to the most subtle inner states. Tonight's meditation, we will do it by first relaxing as usual, and then I'll go on to recite and tell you about the three characteristics with regards to the five aggregates. After that, it will guide you into vipassana, where you just observe and see into this mind-body processes as just processes without a person in there. Remember that this comes with mindfulness and doesn't come with thinking, but pure observation into these processes will arise clear manifestation of the characteristic of oneself. Take deep breaths and relax as you breathe out. Relax from top of the head, slowly down to the neck. Relax the shoulders, down the arms to the fingers. Relax the chest, relax down to the abdomen. Relax the back down to the buttocks. Relax the legs down to the feet and toes. Do it one more time, bringing about deeper relaxation. At the same time, clear, peaceful awareness that follows closely behind. Relax the top of the head down to the neck. Relax the shoulders, down the arms to the fingers. Relax the chest down to the abdomen. Relax the back down to the buttocks. Relax the legs down to the feet and toes. Now we'll start the contemplation and recitation. The 5 gates and 3 universal characteristics. The body is impermanent. We grow old, sick, decay, and die. Therefore, the body comes with great suffering. We do not really control the body. Therefore, it's best to let go of attachments to the body. Feelings are impermanent. All our emotions, sentiments come and go like flowing water. From happy, we become sad, we become neutral, it goes on and on again. Feelings are always tied up with suffering. And to attach to it, identify to it, one suffers. Perceptions are impermanent. What we recognize and remember pass away. Because of this, we are unable to connect and understand clearly many things, so we suffer. Especially when we lose our memories and other people lose their memories, we also suffer. Even forgetting to put where your keys are, where your passport is also suffering. Therefore, perceptions are non-self, and if we can accept it, we become more at peace. Mental formations are impermanent. All good and bad mental formations rise and pass away. We attach to good emotions and they pass away, then we continue with some suffering. Bad emotions like anger, bad mental states like anger arise, but they pass away, but they come back again. We are able to recognize the non-self, the reality behind it, then we will be more at peace. Only the consciousness is what people attach to as self most. As you watch it carefully, it arises and passes away. It's also impermanent, therefore also suffering, cause a lot of suffering and non-self. And so listen to it, you bear it in mind, translate it, and let it sink deep into the consciousness. Although initially conceptual, will find its way to the actual mindfulness. Rupang anicang. Materiality is permanent. Vedana anicang. Feelings are impermanent. Sanya anicang. Perceptions are impermanent. Sankhara anicca. Formations are impermanent. Vijnana anicca. Consciousness is impermanent. Rupang dukkhang. Materiality is suffering. Vedana dukkhang. Feelings are suffering. Sanya dukkhang. Perceptions are suffering. Sankhara dukkhang. Formations are suffering. Vijnanam dukkhang. Consciousness is suffering. Rupang anatta. Materiality is not self. Vedana anatta. Feelings are not self. Sanya anatta. Perceptions are not self. Sankhara anatta. Formations are not self. Vijnana anatta. Consciousness is non-self. Relax again the body from head to feet. At the base, feel the sensations, the tingling feelings and vibrations, the hands, legs and buttocks. And you can feel these changing sensations and vibrations. Move your attention up the body and feel it there also all along until you reach the head. When you reach the top, then straight down again, feeling these changing sensations and vibrations. Watch all these changing sensations and vibrations and don't identify with it. Let them be just changing sensations, vibrations, energy fluxes. Just let you try to be, let the mindfulness grow stronger and stronger. When you can get the perception that there's nobody there watching, just the mind is watching. Everything are just natural processes. Keep it in that state of non-self-perception, and things will unfold. You can also do it the same way while using your primary object, like rising and falling. Then we run out of time. Transference of merits. Idang me punyang. By this practice, asava kaya vahang hotu may put an end to all defilements. Idang me punyang nibbana sapataya hotu. By this practice may lead to the highest peace. Imang no punya bhagang sapasattanang dema. By our practice, may all beings in the world be well. Sadhu, sadhu.